So let me quick go in here and check our charts for our race schedule. Second race is Bristol. We'll get our score sheet down here. I already took a screenshot of that, so I can go ahead and clear that out. Race 2 in March. All right. Over here to our Excel sheet. See, I've populated the standings in here now. I didn't bother putting a cup points in here. It's good enough we got the leaders over here, I think. I keep track of that on another page. Um, so let's go ahead and get Bristol down here. Tracks. Bristol. Send that to my active drivers. Going to send all of them to pre-race. Going to hit clear to clear this thing completely out. That'll get rid of my race leader. Ups. Except I sent my track back. We got to go ahead and get Bristol again. And yeah, we got to get all the drivers back in there too. I guess I need to do that first. All right, so we're going to send our drivers out. Go ahead and expand this out. And we're just going to start populating from 11 on up. And there are different roles to do this, and I will, once I get another season going, I'll go ahead and record some of that too, and we'll show you how to do a setup with less than 36 and also roles and how to do it who are greater than 36, because we do have the 79 season, we do have some of the modern seasons. This is probably the only season where there's just 36 drivers, so but it's an easy one to get used to the rules on. And I don't know, I have a blast playing this game. I have a blast playing quite a few of them. Got Hockey Bones going on my table. I play that with cards and dice with, well, cards and Excel. Right, of course, Excel rolled the dice for me. Doing 92, 93 on that, and also have 78, 79, and 80 going too. Yeah, I tend to have too many replays. I don't think I'll ever finish them. I just enjoy playing games. Different lineups, fringe players, see how a team fared, would have fared. Times of playoffs and stuff, you have expectations. I just rather just play the games. Um, Personal. All right, so we got our guys in here. We need to go in now, and we've got our Bristol. We got a track card set up here. We got our guys out. I'm going to go ahead and roll to see 63, who is going to be my 63 may be a special poll setting too. 63. I don't think we have any. Got 61. Nope. So we're going to go ahead and get out the rules then, because we got a special thing to do here. Special. There are rules for this, so. It'd be nice if I find them right away. I can't. Oh boy, when I want them, I can't find them. That's all right. That's all right. All right, secondary pole position procedure. Um, we're going to roll the red and white dice again to determine a driver on the grid as well as adjacent drivers that will have a chance at the pole. Using the order of priority and starting with the selected driver, roll the colored dice. If the roll is lower or equal to the driver's secondary pole rating, he takes the pole. So let's go ahead and get 25. 25 is going to be Tony Stewart. And we are going to be secondary pole rating. That's this number right here. He has an 11, probably going to be him. Yes, it is. Tony Stewart will be our pole sitter. Let's go ahead and copy that right now so I don't have to type it again on my score sheet. I'm a lazy typer. All right, got Tony Stewart in there. Now we're going to be looking for the pole speed. So we're using that 7.383 there. And we're going to be adding that to this 109. So 109 and 7.383, I think it was. Yeah, it is 106.383. Will make us a fast race. All right, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put the CSF in because that's going to make things 0.706. That'll give me some. You see, it's going to make that change, but that's going to change when we put the caution in there. And the CLF 7.36. All right. We are now ready to. Actually, I'm going to go ahead. Nope, I can't put that yet. Um, we're now going to go ahead and start the race. Oh, I second guess myself in Bristol. March of God knows what year. Don't even know the date. We're just in March sometime. Um, contact is going to be -1. Mechanical is going to be -1. Going to be a high amount of cautions at the end of the race. Will roll for them. You see down there in the last highlight event table, we got a good chance at contact and pit crew issues in the final rounds of the race, and the quality pass matrix remains the same all the time. Tony Stewart going to be challenged by 42, who is going to be Steve Kinser. All right, Tony Stewart is going to be challenged. That's a 7 for Kinser. Challenging Tony Stewart's 8. An 8 is actually going to go up to a 9, so that's going to be 7 out of 9 is a -2. The target range for a -2 is going to be a 9 to 12. We roll a 7. Kinser will not take the lead. That's going to be a fail. Tony Stewart is our first race leader. All right, now we're going to go to mechanical. I like to do this in order because I don't profess to have the rules down pat. I just like playing it. So, roll the red, white dice to randomly select driver and 4 adjacents, and these guys are all going to be checking against their mechanical ratings. So this is going to be 56. Junior Johnson. And remember, we got a -1 in Bristol for all this. Junior Johnson, we go down here to Jeff Gordon. Wow, got the big guys in there now. Well, I guess they're all big guys in the Legends set. Um, We're going to go Dick Trickle. Phil Venturini. And Greg Sachs. All right. Junior Johnson. His mechanical is a 10. Goes down to a 9. He rolls a 8 by the skin of his teeth. He passed. Jeff Gordon. He is an 11. Goes down to a 10. We roll a 10. Uh-oh. Equal to the driver's mechanical rating is affected by a minor problem and is lapped as a result. He rolls a 10. That is equal to. That's where the track affected his outcome. He gets a lapped. It's going to be Green. Green to Jordan. Jordan. Gordon. And we're going to go to Dick Trickle. Trickle is also an 11. That goes down to a 10. We roll a 5. He's going to pass. Bill Venturini. He is a 9. Goes down to an 8. We roll an 8. He too is going to fail and have a lapped. Minor issues to start off the game. 2 of them now, Venturini and Gordon. Sachs. Sachs is an 11. Goes down to 10. He rolls a 9. By the skin of his teeth, he makes it. That's going to be a pass. Going to have Tony Stewart still in the driver's seat. And that's going to be a 0.5 for him. And we're going to go into a challenge. Challenge is going to be by 26. And that is going to be Rusty Wallace. Now, Rusty Wallace is a 8, challenging Tony Stewart, who is a 8. It'll be 0. That's going to be a 7 to 12, I think it is. Yes, it is 7 to 12. The dice roll is a 6. Tony Stewart will hold off a charge by Rusty Wallace, and Tony Stewart will remain our current race leader, grabbing an extra 1. 1.5 now. Actually, that should be 2.5. All right, so now we go into green flag racing. We're going to draw a random guy and 4 around him, and these guys are all going to challenge the leader. 63, that's going to be Shorty Henshaw. Gary St. Amant. Go over to 13, Tim Steele. Shorty Henshaw. Yeah, Shorty Henshaw. Gary St. Amant. Tim Steele. Herb Thomas. And I spelled that wrong again. Oh, boy. And Mike Eddy. And these guys are going to be challenging using their green ratings. So again, we have. Sorry about that. Tony Stewart, who is an 8, being challenged by Shorty Henshaw. First, Henshaw is a 7. That's going to be a -1. -1 is going to be a 8 to 12. Dice roll 2. Definitely, it's going to be a failure. Tony Stewart will remain our race leader, and that is 2 more added on. It's 4.5 now. Gary St. Amant, he is 8 against 8. It's going to be 0. Tough challenges here, 7 to 12. He rolls a 5. Tony Stewart's going to get yet another 2 points, 6.5 now. All right, Tim Steele against Stewart's 8. He is a 7. That's going to be a -1. We're looking at an 8 to 12. We roll a 7. Barely fails, but fails nonetheless. But I just don't know what's going on with me sometimes. These are all fails. If they passed, they would be the race leader. All right, Tony Stewart. And now goes up to 8.5. He is definitely running away with this one so far. Definitely different than the last race we just did. Herb Thomas. He is a 10. This is going to be a tough one to beat. That's a +2 rating now. So that's going to be 5 to 12. He rolls a 7. So we have a new race leader in Herb Thomas. That's a pass. Herb Thomas will get 2, so that'll be our next lap leader, second lap leader. And he gets 2. And then Eddie's going to be fighting up against him. So Herb Thomas is a 10 against Mike Eddy, who is a 9. It's going to be a -1. That's going to be a 6 to 12. No, an 8 to 12. And he rolls a 7. 3 sevens in a row. That's going to be a failure. Thomas remains our race leader after the green flag racing. I don't know why I'm saying green light racing. So we have 2 leaders now. After that, we're going to go to green flag pit stops. Green flag pit stops, we're looking at randomly selecting. Same thing, just making sure because a lot of this changes. 6 and 5. Oh boy, we're over here a lot with this game. Rich Vogler. Yeah, these are going to be randomly. So, Dick Trickle. $15. Tom Pistone. Vogler, Pistone, Gary Cinnamon. And Bill Venturini. No, not Bill Venturini. Yes, it is Bill Venturini. And these guys will be challenging the leader, Herb Thomas, with their blue ratings. Herb Thomas is an 8. He's going to be challenged by Vogler with a 6. That's going to be a -2. -2 is a 9 to 12. We roll a 4. That's a fail. Herb Thomas remains our race leader and gets a 0.5. Dick Trickle. He is a 9 against Herb Thomas's 8. That's going to be a +1. +1 is going to get us a 6 to 12. We roll the dice, get a 6. That's going to be a race leader. Change. Pass. Dick Trickle takes over the lead. Gets a 0.5. All right, third race leader. Tom Pistone now. He is against a 9. Pistone is a 9. It's going to be a 0. 0 is 7 to 12. We roll a 10. Wow, here we go. The gloves are off now. That's passed. And Tom Pistone's going to take over from Dick Trickle. That is our fourth race leader. Pits have a way of shaking things up, especially on the long, clean racing. Gary St. Amant with Pistone is a 9. And Pistone, St. Amant is an 8. That's going to be a -1. Going to be an 8 to 12 range. We roll a 9. Wow, look at this. The Amant's going to take over now. That's 0.5 for him. That's our fifth race leader, Bill Venturini, against an 8. He is a 7. He is left. Greens, I think, can challenge in the pretty sure they can still challenge. God, I know I read this. Drivers with a single lap currently on the racetrack display are eligible to be selected as challengers during phases 1 to 4. So we would still go with Venturini then. 7 against Gary St. Amant, who is an 8. That's going to be a -1. 8 to 12. Actually, he can't challenge for the lead, but he can get back on the lead lap. So okay, that's what we'll go for. 8 to 12. 7 fails, so you just got to stay lapped, not lapped. All right, another 0.5 gets him up to 1. All right, so now we're going to go into the penalties coming out of the pits. And these are the blue, rolling straight up against their blue ratings. Random driver and 4 around him. There we go. Back up over to the other side. 112. Mark Martin. Going to get checked coming off the pits. That's going to be Tim Steele. All right, Bob Dotter. Ken Schrader. And on the other side, we got to go to 62. Herb Thomas. All right. Mark Martin, his rating will be, or is, yeah, contact's the next one. Blue. 7. He rolls a 6. He's safe for now. Tim Steele. He has a 7. We roll a 7. No violation. Equal to or lower. No violation took place. Sometimes it changes. Got to keep reading the rules on this because things change. Sometimes equal gets you a failed, or not a failed, necessarily a failed, but a lapped. Bob Dotter. He is a 6. He rolls a 2. He's on the lead lap. Ken Schrader. He is a 7. He is a 7. That's going to be a pass. And last but not last, and of course I spelled it wrong again. Is Herb Thomas. Herb Thomas is 8. And 4 is the roll. He passed also, and that leaves Gary St. Amant in the lead with another 0.5. 1.5. Still ways from being the laps leader. We're going to be looking at a challenge on Gary St. Amant. That's coming from 1-2. Roll to 12 again. 1-2 is going to be Mark Martin again. He is an 8. Mark Martin against Gary St. Amant. He is an 8. So Martin's an 8. St. Amant's an 8. Going to be a 0. That's going to be a 7 to 12. We roll a 2. A failure. And Amant stays in there and picks up another 1. All right, then another challenge. This one's going to come from 14. Butch Miller. Butch Miller is a 7 against St. Amant's 8. It's going to be a -1. We're looking at an 8 to 12. We roll an 8. Look what we have here. That is passed. New race leader, Butch Miller. That'll be our 6th race leader. Going into contact phase. Possibility of a wreck. And we're going to check for the contact first. Randomly roll red and white, and that's going to be the 4 around him. 61. Reggie Ruggiero. And And then Herb Thomas. Ken Schrader. Jeff Gordon. No. We go top. Jeff Gordon's the last. Dick Trickle. And then Jeff Gordon. We check under yellow, and this also the ratings are going to be -1 on this, as we have a -1 contact on the Bristol card. So that affects the ratings, not the dice roll. The Reggie Ruggiero is a 10, goes down to a 9. That's a 10. That is going to be, his car is terminal damage, putting him out of the race. Ruggiero is done. And let's go ahead and roll first. Retirement. 10. Overheating. Oh no, that was contact. It's a wreck. Mm-hmm. And I should have copied that. So I don't have to type it twice. That is going to be Ruggiero, 44, 36th on the list. We have DNF wreck. Okay. Herb Thomas then. He is an 11, goes down to a 10. He rolls a 9 by the skin of his teeth. Passed. Ken Schrader. He is an 8, goes down to a 7. That's a little bit scary. At 5, he passes. Dick Trickle. He is an 8, goes down to a 7. He rolls an 8. Ouch. That's going to be a did not finish. Wreck. And he will be 35th. Trickle is 99. Oops, I'm putting these in the wrong space too. All right, don't mind me while I screw up here off screen. At least I'm doing it off screen so you don't have to be embarrassed for me. And then Jeff Gordon. 11 goes down to a 10. And he rolls a 10. Holy crap. I think that's a equals 2 is lapped. And that's a yellow lapped. Boy. Yellow lapped for Jeff Gordon. And he already has a red, I mean, a green lapped. Goes to a yellow lapped. Doesn't say anything about them being green. Now, the highest rated green left, which probably would have been him, but now it's Venturini. He's going to lose his left. All right, now we go to the pit crew. Under caution. And these guys are going to be doing the same thing. Race leader and adjacent cars plus one random. So they're all going to be challenging the race leader, who is, at this point in time, actually, we forgot to do that. We got to get Miller back down here. He gets a 0.5 for that section there. 1.5 now. They're all going to be challenging Miller. See if I can remember where Miller is, for crying out loud. There he is. So the first one's going to be Tom Pistone. Second one is going to be AJ Foyt. Third one is going to be Tim Steele. Fourth one, go to over the other side. Shorty Henshaw. And the last one's a random. 46. Oh no, undo that. Oh, good Lord. 46 is Greg Sachs. All right, they're going to be challenging Butch Miller's blue rate. And Miller is a 7. So Pistone is a 9. It's going to be a +2. And that is 5 to 12. And we roll a 9. It's going to be a takeover. So Pistone is now going to entertain the rest of the challenges with his 9. AJ Foyt 10 against the 9 is a +1. That is going to be a 6 to 12. He rolls a 7. He will now be taking the new challenges. AJ Foyt with his 10 will be taking on Tim Steele with a 7. It's a -3. A -3 is pretty bad. I know that. 10 to 12. And he wrote an 11. Oh, are you believing this? Holy crap. All right, everybody's been taken over so far. Tim Steele with his nice little 7 is going to have to face Shorty Henshaw. Henshaw is a 6, so he's getting even worse. That's a -1. It's 8 to 12. And he rolls a 6. First one to fail so far. And I got to go through and put all these down. This is a passed. 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 Failed. Getting bad on that. Greg Sachs against Steele 7, I believe he had. Yes. Greg Sachs. That was the random one. 46, I think it was. Yes. He is a 6. That's against the 7. It's going to be a -1 also. Another 8 to 12 range. We roll an 11. Oh my goodness. So from all that, Greg Sachs is going to be the new race leader. he has that is our 7th race leader now. And right away, we're going to have a challenge that's going to be against his 824. 24 is going to be AJ Foyt. Foyt has an 8. He has an 8. That's going to be a 0. It's going to be a 7 to 12. We roll a 12. Holy crap. AJ Foyt's going to take it over. And now it's getting back and forth, just like the last one did. I've had them where they haven't been back and forth. My last two have been really back and forth. AJ Foyt's going to take over with a +1 with a 1. Holy crap. That is our 8th change of the lead now. And now we are into the end of the game, or the end of the race possibles. Mechanical is going to be 7 to 12. That'll be against the leader if we roll it. That's a 3. No, we don't have anything going on there. Challenge against AJ Foyt. Late race challenges. And these are brought in by, we do a random and then the highest rate of those guys, if I'm not mistaken. Highest race rated out of the selected and adjacent drivers, yes. So we're going to go to 64. It's going to be Saint Amant 8. And Pancho Carter's going to make a run for the money with a 9. He is a 9 challenging AJ Foyt. AJ Foyt is a 9, so we're going to have a 0. Oh boy, I put that in the wrong one. That's going to be a 0. That's going to be a 7 to 12 chance. And we roll a 6. Does not take him over. We have failed. AJ Foyt maintains his lead. All right, and that's another one for 1.4 Foyt. I don't think anybody's going to take over Tony Stewart's early race run. Contact in Bristol is pretty high, if I'm not mistaken. 5 to 12. That's an awful big range. And we roll a 9, so we're going to get contact. So we're going to have to check the race leader and adjacent cars against their contact rating, and then one random. Pancho Carter, no, it is AJ Foyt over here. AJ Foyt, race leader and adjacent cars, +1. AJ Foyt's one of them. Tony Stewart's the next. Donnie Schatz, rather. Rich Bickle. And then Butch Miller. And remembering contact is a -1 on this racetrack too. Random driver, 23. Rich Bickle, he's already in the mix. It'll be the highest rated next to him, if I'm not mistaken. Ned Jarrett or Bob Dotter would be Ned Jarrett based on priorities. Ned Jarrett. All right. AJ Foyt is a 7, goes down to a 6. And also, because we're doing this, we're going to have the pit crews under caution. So we won't have this pit crew. 6 is a 5. Oh, our race leader scrapes through. Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart is a 8, goes down to a 7. He rolls a 3. He's safe. And we're going to go to Donnie Schatz. He is a 10, goes down to a 9. Oh, 9. He gets a green left. Donnie Schatz, green left. Rich Fickle. He is an 11, goes down to a 10. He rolls a 10. Look at that. Daggone, that's 2 in a row. He gets left. That gets a green one on there. All right, now we go to Butch Miller. He is a 9, goes down to an 8. Rolls a 4, he's fine. And then Ned Jarrett. Ned Jarrett down here is a 10, goes down to a 9. He rolls a 6, he's fine. Our race leader is intact, so that's going to be AJ Foyt. And I don't know if I did any copying and pasting there, so we're going to go ahead and bring him straight back down. Get him another 0.5 off board here. 2.5 now. 7, 8 race leaders. Now we do the pits. The pits under caution are the adjacent to the race leader on lead lap. So we're looking at AJ Foyt, going to Tony Stewart. Not Danny Schatz. Highest race rated driver adjacent to the lap driver. So Tony Stewart. Now we're going to hear we got a 9, 9, and 10 with Ned Jarrett. All right, and then down to Rich Pickle. Ned Jarrett's already chosen. Dotter. Bob Dotter. Again, because he's left, we had to go to the highest rated one adjacent to him. That's these 3 choices. He's a 7, he's a 10, he's a 10, but already taken. So it's Dotter. And then the last one is AJ Foyt against Butch Miller. And the random. And the random is going to be 22. Bob Dotter, he's already in there. With Stefanik then. Mike Stefanik. All right, these guys are challenging the blue rating of AJ Foyt. AJ Foyt is a 10. Tony Stewart is a 7. That's going to be a -3. I think that's a 10 to 12. Yes, 10 to 12. We roll a 9. Oh boy, look how close that one came. Failed. Ned Jarrett. He's a 10. That's going to be a 0. That's 7 to 12. Tough challenge. 4. Does not take it away. Failed. Brings up Bob Dodder against a 10. He is a 6, -4. Gets 11 and 12. I haven't had a -4. Yeah, 11 and 12. 9. That's a fail. All right, Butch Miller against a 10. He is a 7. It's a -3. 10 to 12. Come on, Greg, seriously. And he rolls a 9, another high roll. Barely scrapes out of that one. Mike Stefanik, 10. Against a 10. That's another 0. 7 to 12, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. He rolls an 8. New race leader. And he's going to get 0.5. And that's going to be yet another race leader. That brings us up to 9, I believe. Yep, 9th race leader. Stefanik is going to be challenged by, and this is we're rolling, and then the highest rated one in that range, 5-3. That's Eddie. Stays with Eddie. Stays with Eddie. Stays with Eddie. Goes to Rex White. Rex White will be the challenger. And he is a 10 against Mike Stefanik. Stefanik is a 10. It'll be a 0. Another tough challenge. 7 to 12. Turnaround's fair play. He just did it to somebody else. A 9. Another race leader. And that's going to be Rex White coming in for the race lead now. Holy cow. That's his first time. That's 10th race leader now. It's a 1 for him. Pit crew, we don't do this one. We try for green. Green. 8 to 12. Yeah, in Bristol, good chance for green flag racing in the last few laps, right? 8 to 12. And we get a 3. There'll be no checking for the. Actually, that's the wrong one. 8 to 12. There'll be no checking for green flag racing. We just go straight to the final challenge. The final challenge is represents the action taking place in the final lap. The challenge is made to the race leader by the adjacent driver, not lapped, with the highest race rating. Got a Rex White, Benny Parsons, 9, Eddie, Kinzer, stays with Parsons, Ned Jarrett. Ned Jarrett's going to challenge for the win. Ned Jarrett is a 10. Rex White is a 10. It comes down to a 7 to 12 range die roll. Whoa, big, big, big time. Down to the wire race. Checkered flag is out. Who's going to take it? It's going to be Jarrett. Nice. On a 10 at the flag. Ned Jarrett's going to take over and win race number 2 of the season. That's going to be his first and only lap segment 1, and that's going to be 0.5. The least amount of laps won, but it doesn't matter. He got the most important one, which is the win. So we're going to go ahead and put Ned Jarrett. We're going to go ahead and put race leader down on him. We're going to go ahead and put 11A. That Jarrett, he gets the race win. All right, now, here we go again. Driver who lost the last challenge. That's Rex White. And Rex White will be the second place guy. All right, then we're looking at eligible to contest the last challenge but not selected. So that was Benny Parsons, Mike Eddy, Steve Kinser. So it's going to be Parsons, Eddy, then Kinser. So Parsons 44, Eddy 88, and Kinser 11. All right, now drivers adjacent to the race winner, not lapped and ranked in order of race rating with ties broken by priority. Race leader, that's going to be, he's lapped, so it doesn't count. He's not there. It's going to be Stefanik. That's it, just Stefanik. 16 comes in sixth. Now, drivers on St. Groove is race winner, ranked in race rating order, not including lapped. It actually says, don't forget that the middle and high get checked together. So we're going to go nines. Is there any tens in there? There is a 10. Bob Dodder. Dodder's going to be next, 67. And then we're going to go back up here, checking for nines. Katona, 30. Carter, 8. Swindell, 1. How did I miss Floyd? Floyd. Oh, boy. Oh, I went straight to eights. Good Lord, Greg, are you serious? We're doing nines. Katona, Pancho Carter. Swindell stays there. We go to AJ Foyt, 14. Yeah, somehow I went straight from nines down to, I don't know, it gets into me sometimes. Nines. Now we go down to eights. We got Kimmel, 46. Good. Thank goodness I have Vassal. Venturini, 25. Swindell, 1. Lapped. And Tony Stewart, 20. 14th. Now, drivers in remaining grooves going counterclockwise using priority rules. That's going to start up here in order of their ratings. So I got a 9 right here in Junior Johnson. I got a 10 right here. Herb Thomas is going to be the next one, 92. Now we go to 9s. Junior Johnson, 27. Richie Evans, 61. Dave Dayton, 87. Tom Pistone, 59. Jimmy Spencer, 23. Now we go to 8s. Greg Sacks, 5. Gary Samont, 7. Ken Schrader, 25A. Mark Martin. Rusty Wallace. And now I go to the 7s. 12. Brett Bodine. Dick Trickle, 99. Rich Vogler, 55. Shorty Henshaw, 0. Dick Hutcherson, 29. Tim Steele, 85. Butch Miller, 52. Now we go to the single green lap drivers in same groove as race winner. That's going to be 15 Schatz. Well, I got an extra guy in here somewhere. And Rich Pickle. $45. I'm going to put Pickle in there right now so I don't forget. And then last but not least will be Jeff Gordon, but I got to figure out where I screwed up. I pause this while I figure this out. All right, Dick Trickle should have been off the board and up here. That's not too hard to do. 55, 0, just move everybody up 129, 85, 52, 15, 45, 24, then 99 and 44. Got to remember to take them guys off. Turn to deck. Okay, now got all those guys in there. Lead changes. We'll have to actually count them up. I don't know why I did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 lead changes. 11 different drivers. Led to most laps goes to Tony Stewart, 20. And Tony Stewart gets 2 points added to him. Race winner Jarrett gets 3 points. Herb Thomas gets 1. Dick Trickle gets 1. Tom Pistone. Gary Singh Amont. Butch Miller. Greg Sacks. AJ Foyt. Mike Stefanik. Rex White. And Ned Jarrett. All right. So next we go to cautions. Gonna roll a 8. Actual cautions were 11. Gonna have 11. 11 cautions for 81 laps. It's going to take the winner's speed way down there. Because of all the, well, Bristol, what do you expect? 65.617. All right, there you have it, gentlemen. I will update the standings for next time. Ned Jarrett with the win. He was down there in 16th, so that ought to jack him up there pretty good. And White comes in second. He was right above him, but that's going to put them right around neck and neck. I will see you guys next time. This was once again Fast Action Racing by Downey Games. You all have a great night, and thanks all for joining me.